Alright, well, I didn't expect my first commentary to be this video. In fact, I was kind of planning on doing some creepypasta reading, but I felt like I needed to get this off my chest. This is a response video to that crazy cat lady. She has been keeping updates on Akai, and for you, Akai, this is my response. I feel like if I maybe make a video, it could possibly reach out to you a little more. But yeah, for about a year now, I have been on this crazy train. And with my experience of watching The Maury Show, Jerry Springer, and high school in general, I have had some experience with this drama, and I have learned that there are always two sides to this story. Now, I've always been on the fence, and I'm trying to stay on the fence. But Akai, to be honest, it's really hard for me to be a bit on your side. I've seen what you do. You played this victim role, which is causing you more frustration than you think. And I remember when I first talked to you, I think I was just joking around, but around that time, you had a very bad fight with Tuck Sonic. And if I remember correctly, you really did push her more than she really pushed you. She was pleading to this some kind of agreement at the time. And I have seen both sides equally. You have done more damage than even what Tux was even trying to do. All she was trying to do was plead out to you. Apparently you had this agreement with her and you broke it. And you know that's wrong. But what do? You do what I feel like I should just say it right now. Akai, you don't own what you did. You don't own it. When I mean you don't own it, you never admit that it's you. You play it out, blaming the internet. You're blaming the internet, the teenagers on the internet, which, it really shouldn't be a problem, Akai. I mean, you're 23. That's like a 12-year-old arguing with a 4-year-old. The maturity levels are just way different. So it's invalid to say that you're just blaming these kids for the reason why you're just so crazy and on the defense. You gotta bring down that defense. As for what I've been trying to show you earlier, you see, Akai, I remember you were saying, nope me, and many of the deviants, your fans, have noted you. Even I noted you. Because for some reason, I've always been a bit of a softie when it comes to kids who need to be noted. I don't know, like, I was like the emo whisperer at the time, so I'm like, ooh, what do you want? Is basically what I was trying to say. I was trying to be nice about it, but when I messaged you, Akai, I was basically saying, what do you want? And surprise, surprise. Guess what? I have information. I noted Akai, and she noted back to me, oh, it's okay now. It was just about, Shadowfan. Oh, I hope I said your name right. It was about Shadowfan92. And yeah, she was basically just upset about you, Shadow. So, I'm thinking, oh, okay, well then. If you got any issues, like deeper issues other than somebody who's bugging you, let me know. Never got a reply back. However, recently Akai has messaged me, which is why I am decided to talk about it. She messaged me saying, can I ask you something? I was like, I guess. And she's like, can you help me? Can you help me with these haters? Can you help me with these haters? I have a question for you, Akai. Why are you reaching out to me? Do you know what kind of person I am? Don't you remember how I was like talking like smack about your attitude? Remember that Sonato pic I drew and stuff? Because it was all like violent and I sent it to you and you were like, oh, this is stupid. And, you know, me and Tux were talking about how mean you are. There was a time where I really did support you, but Akai, to be honest, I mean, I'm trying to give you the best advice that I can. Reason being is that once again, you're victimizing yourself when there's really no reason to be victimized, really. It's, a little troubling to see that, you know? I mean, you always say how bad the internet is. I don't know if you stepped outside. It's pretty bad out there. I should know. I've lived on this earth for 21 years. Sure, I was oblivious until I was 5, but I've seen some pretty bad stuff in my time. I remember being bullied in elementary school. That was brutal. Middle school, I've also been bullied, subjected to violence. High school, not so much, surprisingly. What I'm saying is, you just make it seem so bad. You make it seem worse than it actually is. Now, I must be getting off track. You wanted me to help you with these haters. Personally, I don't know why you're even reaching out to me. Because I'm trying to tell you your faults. But it seems like, you know, once again, you're blaming them rather than owning what you did yourself. I even told you, you had fans. These people who are against you now used to be your fans. They used to look up to you. And then you bit them. You bit them like a rabid dog. I really hope you didn't take that, like, literally. I'm just saying, figuratively, I saw the way you bit Tuxonic. She gave you so many chances, and she was, like, you know, trying to be your friend at the time. And I've seen you bit her. I watched. I sat back. I watched. Bit my tongue. I tried to defend her. From you. Because you were way out of line. And these supposed haters is ShadowFan92, Tuxonic, one of them, and their friend who's posting rants about you. Akai, they're not haters. Believe it or not, that crazy cat lady, the videos that Shadow and her friend are uploading. Believe it or not, despite how harsh they sound, it's a motivator for you to take a look at yourself and be like, wow. They have the hard proof, you know? You can't Photoshop that. I've tried Photoshop. It's a nightmare. Screenshots, it's easy, and it's obviously there. Because, you know, you keep flagging and hiding these conversations. And I know that you're trying to flag and hide them because you're aware of the haters. But in reality, if you don't flag your comments, people will see who the real problem is. When you flag your comments, Akai, believe it or not, that's quite harmful to you, considering that it just makes me not trust. I would like to see what they're saying and what you've been saying. Then I get to see who's out of line. I've never flagged my comments when I was arguing with you. When you blew up on my deviation. Yeah, I admit, Akai, I was in the wrong. You see? I'm gonna own it. I shouldn't have kept the fire going. But I did. I look at it now and I think how stupid it is that I wasted my time on it. Man, I'm really getting off track. What am I saying here? So yeah, these supposed haters that you want me to deal with, you know, you're asking me advice on how to deal with them. And what I don't understand is, why are you even bothering to spend your time to look at what they're doing? Even if you're in a mention, you know what I do? This is deviant art. All I have to do is click the X button. I don't even have to look at it. If you're like, oh no, I'm in a mention. If you don't see your fan character in there, then just exit out. You have to know the difference between people who are giving you this constructive criticism and, basically just giving their opinion. And then you got the trolls. I don't like using the term hater. There's the people who are giving you criticism and the trolls. And then there are just ignorant people too. But there's no hater. There has never been a hater on your page, Akai. You don't have haters. You don't. Because to me, a hater is somebody who, does hate crimes, These people aren't, brutally beating you up for being a woman. That is a hater. People aren't chasing you out of youth groups because, you just so happen to be gay. That's a hater. And you say that you're 23, and I'm just using this example based off my own personal experience. And I've been through quite a lot, during the school years and stuff, and I've been out. I mean, have you been homeschooled? Have you been, over-sheltered? Because I feel like you're a bit impaired when it comes to street knowledge. But the term hater has been overused, and I think you spend way too much time on the internet. Because a hater, originally, it's supposed to refer to, those who commit hate crimes. Hate crimes about, against sex, against race. So, let me help you, understand what the difference is between, a troll and those giving you criticisms. Akai, why do you make Sonic such a pervert and a rapist? I don't think he's like that and stuff, and it's kind of weird to see that. Now, what I just said there was, Akai, I think you got Sonic's personality a bit off. And what you do is you simply attack, saying, I do what I want. Don't be a hater. Don't be hating. Damn. But you gotta understand, Akai, some people are really, diehard Sonic fans, and sometimes when they see the way people treat them, characterize them, you're kind of, criminalizing this blue hedgehog. Now, I don't know. I've heard you played 2 Sonic games out of a billion that's out there. So maybe, perhaps you don't know his base personality. You must watch the show Sonic X. Or something. Because really, Akai, I have to admit, you make Sonic the Hedgehog act more like Scourge the Hedgehog. And I'll totally accept Akai and Scourge. I don't even mind your character, Akai. And that's another thing, too, Akai. When people start trolling, saying, Akai looks like Amy, you know what they want you to do? They want you to flip out. Because they've seen rants, and some of those trolls think, ooh. They go on your Encyclopedia Dramatica page, and they go, ooh. They're getting excited. They're getting excited, oh my god, I'm gonna go on her page, and I'm gonna say this, and she's gonna be like, no, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. So that's another thing, Akai. You always respond. You gotta lash out. You gotta put those. Oh, yeah, exactly. You just gotta topple over and put those defenses up. But really, there's no need. So keep your defenses down and let it be known that if people just keep saying your character looks like Amy, just think about it this way. I mean, to me, Akai, here's what I think about your character. No offense. And I don't care. You can draw Akai however you want. It is your freedom, blah, blah, blah. But to me, Akai is like every other Sonic FC that I know because, she's just a hedgehog. So anything hedgehoggy is going to look like an Amy. Think about it that, Akai. You're not the only one. You're not the only one who your hedgehog looks like Amy. Every hedgehog I've seen has a resemblance to Amy. So stop taking it so personal. It's just a FC. You don't have to defend her. You can just be like, okay. Because trust me, as soon as you're like, okay, they're going to run out of things to say. They're going to be like, oh, okay, then. Yeah. And it feels so much better to just let go and let live than to fight. I know I have much more to say now, but I'm running the 15-minute mark here. So, I'm done for the day. I hope so far you're understanding me. And I'm just gonna leave it off at this. Trolls, they'll say stupid stuff, state the obvious, and try to get a reaction out of you. Your job is to simply comply and agree, so they're like, huh, and they run out of things to say rather than freaking argue. And those who gave you criticism, they're simply saying, hey, Akai, be nicer, or hey, Akai, Sonic's character, or hey, Akai, why don't you color like you used to? You see, to me, that's like criticism nowadays, because, you know, even I'm too, like, I feel intimidated if I even, you know, try to say something now, because, you know, it's like, oh my god, you're gonna rage. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. But yeah, oh great, now I'm at the 16-minute mark. So, if there is a part 2, I will get to that. I'm probably going to be raging about cyberbullying. That will be my part 2. Until then, you all have a good day.